What's up, listeners? Welcome back to another episode of the Jaftaf Show, and we are the Jaftaf. Today, we are talking about the movie named Eraserhead, and it is a very weird movie.
Yes,
I mean, a very weird movie.
indeed.
So, yeah, so
Yeah,
so I guess we'll try to keep up, and hope you guys will do too. And
yeah,
if you haven't watched this movie, you can. You
yeah,
can actually. Yeah, it's not half bad, but
yeah.
yeah, it's good actually.
Hey, by the way, we're in a dream. Let's come back to the reality.
Yes. Please, please.
Yes,
Oh my God.
yes. Welcome to the
We are back
reality.
again. We are back again.
Yes.
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 So, guys, why don't you take a call on this?
Okay,
Because
okay. Yeah.
I'm still in the dream. My colors are back, but I'm still on my dream. So, please.
Yes. So, uh, Eraserhead movie, for me, it's really weird and fucking weird movie. When I saw the poster of the film itself, I was fascinated by the poster where Henry is shocked to see what's happening here. Even I was shocked what's happening here. Uh, like before watching this movie, I saw a few images of film scenes where they there were so many like not violence but a lot of graphic images that chicken thing and etc etc. I was like, how weird this movie can be. But initially, when I was watching this movie for the first time, like yesterday, uh, it it kind of starts weirdly, but once you're hooked up into the world of Eraserhead, you kind of you kind of feel like it's a fun movie because after every few minutes or after every few minutes you get to see what can be more weirder than this, what can be more fucked up thing than this, uh, what uh, what can be more added, what value can be more added to the scene, like because one more thing we have to note down is that this movie came out in 1977. So back then they achieved this weirdness. Probably now we can make it more weird. Like example, like Bollywood movies, they make weird movies, but we can so because now they have resources. So I appreciate that David Lynch in 1977 itself he created this weirdly moving baby and whatnot, like the cutout of head cutout head of Henry. And man, we'll slowly unravel each and every weird things. Yeah, man. Like we'll start. We'll divide this whole episode in like 4 to 5 parts. The initial when he comes from the factory and and what things goes in the house and what happens when he sleeps with the baby and at the climax. So we'll divide this section. We'll divide this podcast in 4 sections so we can unravel slowly, slowly. Yeah.
Yeah, man. When when I started this movie, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? You know, I I was I was just okay. I was like, okay, there's this frame, there's this guy, there's this frame, and there's this guy, and and there this guy who is talking very less, but whenever he's talking, how awkward situation he is in, he's saying always a very pleasing things that I'm
Yes.
pleased to meet you, I'm Henry, in a very light way, right? And I remember when he went to Mary's place, right, for the dinner, and Mary is looking outside and he's looking at Mary. I don't know
That's so weird, bro.
what. I was like, and then and then he goes inside and and the mother calls him like, "Can I talk to you for a sec?" And then mother started making out with Henry, and I don't know why Mary is crying, uh, and Henry is not even stopping Mary's mother,
Yeah.
and he's saying that I'm very nervous. I cannot admit whether they slept together or not. And the father, how awkward things can be. He was just doing his best to make them much more awkward. And
Yeah.
when that chicken, he was trying to cut that chicken, I was like, Mary's mother is getting an orgasm
Ha
while
ha ha
looking
ha.
at the chicken. And
Yes, yes.
that old lady, I thought she was dead.
You
She
know
was
what?
dead.
Everything is movie. Everything, whatever character was doing, whatever people were doing, and whatever scenario they shot in, and whatever the location they choose. Everything from start to end is weird AF.
And when I thought that old lady was dead, right?
Yeah.
But then there is this smoke, and
Yeah, yeah,
I thought, okay, she is not dead. She likes to smoke. But after a while, when they show it again, that she's not even smoking, the cigarette is still there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was like, why? What is wrong with these people? I mean, what is going on? What they want? And Mary keep on crying. On the other hand, Henry is like Mary's father asked him like, "What do you know?" And he
Hmm.
was like, "I know nothing. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know anything about anything." I was like, "Yeah, man, it's a good talk." I
yeah.
was trying my best. I was trying my best to keep myself there to figure out things. I was like, everybody is high and they are just trying to make sense of their lives. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. So,
And
well,
suddenly they show that baby in the room.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So while I was watching this movie, few things I noticed and a few things went out of my head that Henry is the guy who doesn't want to become father or something like that, where he's running out of his responsibilities. Like when Mary invites Henry to his house, they're like obviously they didn't have their marriage. They didn't marry them each other. So obviously their parents wanted to see who this guy is, Henry. So uh, they Henry comes to her place, and there the weirdness starts, and there we get to see the symbolism and very weirdness what director wanted to show that uh, in fact the scene where he enters in the house, and he says that I work in this nearby factory, and fortunately even Mary's father also works there for 30 years, and he's like, look at my knees, it's all gone. Like he says that
He actually worked as a plumber. The father worked as
yeah,
a plumber,
yeah, plumber.
and Henry he was working as in printed business, printing
Okay, yeah,
business.
print, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
correct,
No,
correct.
not the same place. It's just, and Henry was on vacation.
हाँ,
So, yeah, he was on vacation, and
weird
the
vacation.
father was. Everybody was weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
So
like they.
yeah. So when Henry enters, Henry he's always confused and scared that uh what's gonna happen and what is he doing with his life. The family says that okay, we have chicken to eat for the dinner. So there, like the weirdness starts. That we see that grandma, like you said that even I thought that she's dead, but I don't know for what reason that Mary's mother um told her or like initiated her to mix this salad. I don't know for what reason they did that, and in and what was the reason to keep her there in the kitchen? Like what was she doing there? Was she any prop? And I don't know, director had his own vision, so let's not go there. Maybe so. And the first weird part is like when Mary's dad says like cut the chicken, cut this thing like how you cut the regular chickens. There we see that the blood. It's not actually the real blood is coming out of the chicken, but it's just what imagination and dreamy thing is capture is what do you say, like Mary's mother is thinking that because even because she was saying that they this both made out, so she was kind of worried that what if she delivers a baby, so this might happen to her as well, because delivering baby is like too hard and too like painful method. So she was imagining Mary has the chicken that
But her mother was having orgasm, and the kind
yeah
of face she was making, I was like,
yeah.
Mary is crying on the other way, and she is having an orgasm, and the father is so happy, and Henry is feeling awkward.
One part I don't think like Mary's mother was having orgasm because she was just imagining how her daughter would like feel when Henry's baby come out of her womb. Like,
But she was pleased by the feeling. She was not having a problem by the feeling. That is why I said she was imagining an orgasm.
ha ha ha.
Imagine if she would have imagining delivering a baby. It
Yeah,
would not be that nice. It would be like bearing the pain and
ha
then
ha.
bearing the child. But it's just she didn't had sex for quite a long time. We were I was sure about it because that's why she started making out with Henry as
Yeah,
and yeah, obviously they didn't
Henry
like
was
the fact
quiet.
that
Yeah,
and they didn't like the fact that they had sex means Mary and Henry had sex. But I still don't know where did that alien baby came from. There
so
was this
so
entity.
yeah, so that's
mm,
what they say when they come back to the house. His mother says that, right? You have a premature baby, like, so uh, that baby is not fully developed, it's premature. So obviously even that baby was weird when you look at it. It did have complete skin in his body. It was just surviving in that bandages, like at the end where he cuts the bandages, where he sees that every organ is splattered because uh, the baby didn't have functions properly, like it was premature. And even like uh, there were so many moments where they could pull off more weird things, but obviously like it was limitations what they had. So so one
I
more.
guess it was enough, weird enough for one movie, I would say.
I mean, like I kind of enjoyed it, bro. Like I would like to see it once again. Like any day, I would just watch it once again for the thrill. What was going on in the movie? So there. So so in this type of movies where it's not so much dialogue oriented or not so much act. It's mostly towards acting oriented, where certain characters when they're quiet and when some weird things occurs, sometimes the scene becomes funny, like from audience perspective, because obviously the character is going through so many fucked up things, but due to some other things, audience might feel that okay, this is something funny, because first time when the baby came on the screen, and what do you say, Mary was trying to feed her something, and baby was not eating. He was just looking here and there, crying and spitting out the food. There, when they had fight, that Mary and Henry, that I'm gonna go home, you take care of this thing. Uh, there, there Henry was half asleep and he was talking to Mary. Where are you going? Like that scene kind of made me funny, made me like laugh, because like he doesn't care. Like in a way, I think Henry had this dreamy figure, had dreamy thought, like, uh, because in first place, Henry didn't want to become father because he saw the baby as a ghost, like not ghost, as a weird creature. So, like from Mary's point of view, this baby is like well nourished, very proper baby. But from Henry's point of view, I think personally that he didn't want to become father or want to take responsibilities of father. So for him, baby was something like an odd thing. So he never cared that how baby was, and basically he was not ready for becoming father. So for his first point of view, it looked like alien, like, and and he ended with killing his own baby because he didn't want to become father and he didn't want to take responsibilities. So this is
Then
fucked
why
up.
is he keeping that baby in his apartment? I thought he had this obsession with the baby. That is why he's keeping it. And you know,
No, no, no.
what I felt that he killed the baby because the baby was actually laughing at him
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
get
yeah.
that, you know. But I thought he had okay. Why is he keeping the baby in the flat? I don't
Because
get it.
because they had a baby, right? So Henry was not ready to take the father responsibility. And
It was their baby.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So his mom says, right, like they had
Hmm.
premature baby. So Henry was not prepared for taking the responsibility as a father. So
But even a premature baby doesn't look like that.
this is point of view from Henry's mind, that how baby looks for him. Obviously, that's so this is how the movie is, right, structured. It's all in nightmare dreamy sequence where few things are not real and few things are real. And for his mind, he thought taking care of a baby, becoming a father is too much, and he was not ready for it. So that's the weird part.
You know, that woman who was living just
Yeah, she was
in
fucking
apartment
hot.
number.
Yeah.
So she saw Henry as that weird
Hmm.
creature,
Hmm.
when he was at the door, and then she went away with that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know, man, if it was the imagination, because she also saw that baby with that perspective only, where that baby was looking
Hmm.
like that. So
Might be, might be.
that makes me confused. That is it the baby of Mary or Henry, or Henry just found it somewhere and just because in the beginning of the movie there was this guy who is pulling that valves and something falls in the water,
Ha ha
and
ha ha.
it
Ha.
has a same kind of shape,
Yeah,
with those things where that lady was dancing on the stage and
yeah, yeah.
those things were falling, and then
She.
she's killing those things.
So so I have a theory where uh when Mary left
I
Henry.
need a drink, man.
Yeah, after this episode, you just have a drink. After this episode, I have a match to play. So so I personally have a theory that uh
GPL.
okay, 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 okay. So so personally, I have a like theory that Henry, what do you say? Fuck man, I forgot. Is interrupted.
Dude, I'm too high for this. This movie actually, I'm half asleep, and while I was watching this movie, I was also half asleep.
Haha.
And and I was looking at the screen like this. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, yeah,
Every
yeah. So now I remember. So when Mary left him, that you take care of the baby, you do whatever you want, like you take care of the baby for the at least for the night, and then she never comes back. so then like when Mary leaves the house, uh, by telling Henry that okay, now I'm going because his she just wants a decent night's sleep where the kid couldn't provide him or them. So she leaves there, and everything comes down to Henry's responsibility, where Henry, he tries his best to protect the baby or like to guard the baby, but he didn't have that uh, fatherhood feel that he wants to take care of the baby. So he always tries to get out of the situation by going to the next door or going out, because even he was fed up of listening to the baby crying every hour. Like imagine, like who would like that? You have like very less time to sleep, and there you see babies crying and you cannot sleep. And even I remember like when the scene was happening, when I was watching the scene, and I was like, dude, just take the baby and throw it out of the window. Because I'm not saying in a bad way, but obviously like uh, that sounds what the movie had. It was so disturbing because it didn't sound like a baby crying. It sounded like something like something different. Like you would agree on what I'm saying, because it didn't feel like a baby
Yeah.
crying. Like, so when repeatedly when we were listening to the sounds, even as an audience, I was like, just tell that baby to calm down or change the scene. Like, but that scene went to, like the scene was extended to at least like 5 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I don't know. Like, so it felt very long. And 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 there he checks that by putting the thermometer that is a baby sick or not. And there we see a shot where he sees that okay, baby is now sick. He has some weird things, man, that each and every scene it gets weird. Like, I was like, what's happening there? Like, and 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 after that he keeps that hot, something like the hot air was coming from that uh, bottle. I don't know what was that. So so that was keeping that baby calm, but as soon as the Henry was leaving the house, the baby started crying because I don't know for what reason. And and after few minutes of the movie, we see that baby is not crying now; it's laughing on Henry. So there, Henry wanted to see what's happening there, what weird thing is happening. So he just cuts the rolling what baby was in, and he sees it's just head and flesh, and that's the most fucked up thing. And yeah, man, it was pretty disturbing.
Dude, I just still don't get it why the baby was there. I got the idea that why is he Eraserhead? Okay. There was this the one part where his head falls and that
Yeah.
kid takes his head there and then they are
That's a
making
dream sequence.
yeah, so okay. That sequence established why the Eraserhead
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
is there.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Eraserhead. Okay. But that is the only sequence that makes sense to me because it actually established the name of the movie. The other things are just, I was like, why
Yeah.
and
And
why?
one interesting part when I was reading about this movie, I found out that when this movie was getting shot, when this movie was filming, David Lynch was becoming a father, like in real life. So in a way, he was just kind of presenting what some he was going through or some
Might be going through.
might be going through. So yeah, man, that's kind of interesting.
And but still, dude, that woman was hot. He should have
Yeah.
gotten her only rather than because Mary was, and when Mary was living with him and that a baby was kept on crying, I was like, why the baby is there?
Hmm.
Baby is killing all the vibes of this movie. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
he's not happy, and the hot chick is not coming back,
Hmm.
and the babies kept on making noise when you want to sleep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what's the point of having that baby? And you know that those two characters, that girl who is dancing on the stage, and that guy who is uh changing the position of that valse in the beginning of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
where
He sees a planet in his mind. And you know, one more thing,
it was a
I
planet or it was just a stone in the space,
no, no.
and then it breaks
Yeah,
and
at the
something is
end. Yeah, yeah.
coming. Yeah, and then there was this one shot where he's sitting in front of a hole, of a cave. He
Ha
was
ha ha
sitting,
ha.
right?
Slowly that camera goes.
Yeah.
Ah.
Camera goes to that. I was like, take it easy, dude. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
So yeah, like one more, like I think that when things were not going good, when Henry was frustrated that there's no Mary now, and he have to take care of the family and the baby as well. So there we see first time that dream sequence comes where lady dances like with the weird thing falling down, and she breaks down. Second time, the lady comes when the Henry and Hot Chick they make out and they go in the water, and suddenly cut to the screen where the baby, I mean the
And that water is where his bed was supposed to be.
yeah, that's what I think. That's all imagination. I don't think he really made out with that woman because I think that's all imagination what Henry had. And after when they were drowning in the water, and that lady on the stage comes in the front and says, "In heaven, everything is fine." So I think I think that what do you say? In a way, Henry is having that thought that what if he dies? Like Henry itself, he dies, everything's gonna be fine. That's what I think. I don't know. I might be wrong. So that's
Dude, I'm not even sure whether I should be guessing about whether what is right or what is wrong. I'm actually unable to figure it out. Like, what was the real part in this movie? Means
uh,
what you can say, because even if you see that sequence where he went to Mary's home to have dinner,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
There weird things are happening, and then when he comes back to his apartment, that is weird only. There is no point. And there's this woman is making out with Henry, but on the bathtub that was on his bed, and there was this kid is laughing on him. That everything, whatever is happening there, and then there his head was taking off to make eraser heads.
Uh,
I was like, what
basically,
is the part which is real actually?
so
What is actually
yeah,
having?
so basically, this movie comes into body horror genre. Like even this movie is a horror film, but it doesn't come into like the ghost part. It comes into horror, body horror genre, where they show the different aspects of uh, body, but in a very demeaning manner. It's very violence based or very weird thing. So yeah, it comes into this category.
Okay. And when he killed the baby, I was like, he should have done it long before, I guess. He shouldn't have killed him like this. He should have buried him somewhere. That would have been much more easy way.
Dark, dark.
You know, dude, you don't want to have a baby, just don't have it.
Yeah,
And whether if your baby is looking like a dinosaur,
yeah,
then
like and after like poking the baby, like s- there's so much liquid particles coming out from this body. Like I think it was it lungs or heart. I'm not sure what was it. So much of blood coming out. There I had one thought that baby is so small, and how come so big particles are coming out of his?
Yeah, so much stuff is coming out of there.
Yeah,
You know, why are you keeping that baby there in the first place on the draw, whoa, on the
yeah,
cupboard, and then so much stuff is coming out of him, and you are just looking at it, doing nothing about it.
yeah, yeah. It kind of gave me that weird dystopian vibe where weird things is going on, but you're like, okay, fine, this is going on. This is how exactly the world is. So
I don't get it, man.
it's it's
I,
it's a weird
People should
dystopian
watch
vibe.
this movie while they are high, so it will makes it less weirder because they're gonna think whatever is happening, whatever they are seeing is because they are high.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
so they wouldn't mind it
I-
because
imagine we edit a video where we put Eraserhead scenes. We trim out the best Eraserhead scenes, and we put Travis Scott music in it.
just come outside for the night.
Yeah, man. Like personally, for me, like there are few aspects where I want to know that what this piece meant, what this scene meant, what exactly was going through, what symbolism was depicted there. For me, certain things are unclear, but overall, when I was watching the visual narrative of the film, uh, I could sense that Henry had this fatherhood problem where he didn't want to become father, and he just wanted to keep that baby away from him because he didn't want to take responsibility. That's what the initial theme was set in the movie. But why he didn't want to become father, and why does he don't want to take the responsibility was depicted in a weird manner through that weird things what was going in his mind that was showcased in the film. So we can see that how fucked up Henry was. It was not like how fucked up movie was, how fucked up imagination was going through Henry's mind, that he's seeing the world in a way that it feels weird everywhere. So that's the Henry should take rest.
I don't know, man. He was on a vacation, and if that is what you call a vacation, I don't know how your real life is, what you do for a living. I don't know whether whatever he's printing,
Yeah.
how weirder it could have been. And he went to Mary's place. He was like he was questioning her like I don't see you anymore. You don't come
Hmm.
around. And I don't know, man, what kind of there was no chemistry I could sense. It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah, yeah.
they both were two dead people.
The most dead person was that some old lady was who's in the kitchen. Like, yeah, man. Like, even when
You know what I'll say about that old lady is just she is dead out of boredom. She died because of she got bored so much. That's why she is just like
yeah,
that
she
only.
doesn't want to
Means
do anything.
there is no life
Yeah.
in that woman's body. There is no
When you
life.
look at the whole movie, you see that there's no certain life element in this movie. Everything is dead. I like. Do you remember the first scene where the Henry walks through Mary's house? Everything is dead. Like the factory where he was walking through is dead. There's no people there. Uh, even the structure, even the water, what he was going through, everything was dead. Like the geography where Henry was staying, it didn't have life. Like uh, there was nothing positive or environment going on in Henry's geography. It kind of gave me that vibe that Courage the Cowardly Dog, where in the middle of a desert, there's one house. Even that's what I felt even looking at this movie. That middle of a city, there's one isolated place, and there these people are staying with no life. Everyone is dead. Everyone is barely living, and there's Henry, he's like a Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like he sees ghost, but
You
he's
know
kind of
what I feel about Henry? That he is the true parasite. They all were. You
yeah,
know, the,
yeah,
it's just like they are living in their in their this world where everything is so weird and they are just okay with it. Right?
yeah, yeah. No, no,
It's just
no,
like
no one is questioning that why is it happening or how is it happening. They're like, okay, okay, the chicken is moving. Okay, you remember when the chicken was moving and his Mary's dad says she'll be all right in a few minutes.
when she goes inside,
Yeah, yeah,
mother
yeah, yeah.
goes in
When
the
she goes
studio, he will
outside,
like,
inside,
yeah.
she's like, she'll be all right in a few minutes.
And then he starts looking at Henry and smiling.
Yeah,
Like how awkward the situation can be, man. Why are you here?
yeah,
Well, I don't know, nobody seemed normal to me.
yeah,
Nobody was. Means not even a single thing acted like a human. Acted like, seriously, nobody was.
yeah. Like everyone kind of gave that uh not humanly figure. They gave kind of dystopian alien feel. So yeah, and the when I was watching the movie like properly, everything was going great. Everything was weird. Obviously, it was weird. Suddenly, we see that a sequence where his head cuts out on the stage. Like
I
and
thought someone's dicks
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
came out
yeah.
from there.
I was like, what is happening here? Like, why are they showing dick in his neck? Then the head comes out of thing in the stage. Some rock figure comes on the center of the stage. Some I think that's a blood or water. I don't know what's that. So there, his head comes out, and suddenly the head goes inside the stage, and cut to a scene where the head falls from the sky to the ground, and one random kid he just picks the head like like a ball. Like here we go to ground, we pick the ball and give to them. So he was like, okay, head, okay, fine, let us pick it, let us pick it. He
Let's
was
make eraser out of it.
he was not like scared, like, okay, this is some human head. He was like, okay, one random day, uh man, like everyone in this movie should be taken care.
Like you said, it was a dreamy sequence, right?
Yeah,
That that falling of head and based on that he decided to make it Eraserhead. But and every single thing that was happening apart from that sequence,
yeah,
it was so weird. Why didn't he just put the name weird
yeah, yeah,
bracket Eraserhead? I don't get it.
yeah. And he had good hairstyle, like Henry, weird hairstyle, and he kind of had that hat. He it kind of looked like he was wearing a big hat. Even the hairstyle was, but when I was researching about this movie, I found out that this movie has like a proper cult-based audience where who still wants to see a part two or a spin-off of what Eraserhead. So there, like I kind of discovered this movie like 3 or 4 years back, but I never thought I'd be watching this movie. I was like, I need some crazy motivation or external factors that I need to watch this movie. But yeah, now it's possible because we had to do this. So this made me watch this movie for the first time. But yeah, man, it made me weird.
One of the hardest things. But yeah, we but it was. I thank God the duration was not that long,
Yeah, it was
and
90 minutes.
it was enough. I would say
Yeah, man, like it
more
was
than enough.
it was too much. It was enough actually.
Yeah, I guess I would say that yeah, I'm all right, and I just want to keep on watching more movies as well. But
Yeah,
I guess I'm going to give it a rest for
yeah,
today
yeah,
because I guess I'm good.
yeah.
And
We we gonna discover a lot of David Lynch movies, but yeah, I don't think David Lynch movies are this weird apart from this. And yeah, and one more interesting part is like this was his first feature film. So first film itself, he made this weird. But when I was looking through his discography, I didn't see anything more weirder than this. But he's a good storyteller. That's what I like about him. I'm waiting for discovering his talking about his, other movies as well.
Yeah, dude, let's take some time and then do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And because there was this darker shit that we were talking about, but there was something that we could talk about. I was just figuring out what am I supposed to talk about here.
Yeah,
Every no, nothing is connected to nothing, and everywhere I see there is a new weird shit is going on.
yeah.
And I still don't know about that particular drawer where he keeps that thing, and it just gets alive and that goes up. That small
Ha ha ha
thing,
ha. Yes,
it
yes.
comes out of the wall and then it sings and then we goes inside the mouth and then we see Henry was what was that? Okay, I
I think it's something related to David Lynch's life, that he wants to convey that what was going through his life. Obviously, I'm gonna read about this movie to know exactly what exactly that meaning of scenes were, and probably we'll just have a small chat in future episodes that what might be the meaning or like something like that, because even I'm eager to know that what exactly those scenes had meaning of it. But visually it was weird, but it was kind of fun also for me at least.
Mm, yeah, all right, guys. Let's let's wrap it up here, dude,
Yes.
because it was too much for me.
Yeah.
And but obviously, as a if you say it's the first movie of David Lynch, it was pretty great way of making this weird shit because yeah, it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
great.
yeah.
It was not yeah.
So yes, guys, let us know what do you like about the Eraserhead, and tell us the part which made you feel weird, and tell us your experience that when you were watching
I
Eraserhead for
think
the first
you
time.
should tell us which was the part that doesn't make you weird,
Yeah, yeah,
make
yeah.
you feel weird because every single thing is making you feel weird only.
Yes, yes, yes. We want to hear what the audience says, that what they thought while watching Eraserhead, and we'll be happy to read your comments. So yes, this is a wrap for today's episode, and we're gonna see you very soon. This is
Yes.
it from our side, and see you.
Have fun, guys. Like and subscribe.
Yes, see you in the next episode, and bye.
Bye. Have fun.